Hi, it's Steve. Today we'd like to show you how to change a natural gas orifice on your range. It's a really easy repair. Let me show you how we do it. And before we begin this repair, the first thing we should do is to turn off the gas supply. So locate the inlet gas line and turn off the control or the valve, and then we can start the repair. Now with the gas supply turned off, our next step will be to remove the grates. So make sure that they're cool to the touch, and then carefully lift them off and set them aside. Now, depending on the model that you have, you'll need to locate that specific burner that you're replacing the orifice for. On this particular model, both the center burner and the left front burner use that size of an orifice. Now, using a 7mm nut driver, we'll just remove the old orifice. If it's a center burner, there's lots of room to simply drop that nut driver down and on top of the old orifice, and then you can unscrew it. If it's the smaller front burner, you'll probably find that your nut driver won't go down through that opening, so you'll need to remove the burner head. We can do that with a 3/16 nut driver. Simply remove the two mounting screws. Just set those aside. Carefully lift the burner head off and just set that aside. Then using a 7mm nut driver, we'll just go down through that opening and remove the old orifice. Now, if you use the proper size nut driver, you'll find that that orifice will stay inside of the head of it. There's a small C-ring or spring type ring in the center of that that will allow it to stick to the nut driver. Discard the old orifice. Simply slide the new one into the nut driver. Make sure it's pressed in firmly. If need be, just tap the bottom of that gently to push that into your nut driver so that it stays in place. Line it up with the burner base, and then just carefully thread it with your fingertips to make sure that it's going in straight. Then just snug it up. Remove the nut driver. We'll replace that burner. Just make sure that the keyways line up with the slots on that burner base, and the opening for the igniter sits over top of the igniter, so it should lay flush. Replace the two mounting screws. And then tighten it to the burner base. Be careful not to over tighten these two screws, as they may strip in the base and be very difficult to remove. And you also don't want to run the risk of damaging the porcelain top. So just snug them up. We can replace the burner cap. If you've changed your orifice on the center burner, we simply need to put that burner and cap back in place. And then we can put the grates back on top of the range. We're now ready to turn the gas back on, reconnect the power, and your repair is complete.